Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Firstly, thank you for being here, and I'd like to thank Birla Institute and the PhD for welcoming us. And the first session, the speakers have set the benchmark so high. I hope we carry the trend forward, and it's personally been a learning experience for me in the last 1.5 hours or so, and after a good cup of chai, so welcome back. All right. My name is Ishaan Sarkar, and I'm the Chief Operating Officer for Quality Group. Let me confess that I have no formal education or background in sales and marketing. But hey, give me a little credit, little respect. I'm one of the people who've passed school and college without Google. Okay? When we passed, we studied, there was no Google, all right? So today I'm going to speak about insights on the customer trends, technologies, and expectation, understanding youth attitude towards social media. Heavy stuff. I don't know much about it, but you all seem to be very intelligent. You'll figure it out. Don't worry, all right? I want to ask you one question. You all seem to be from the final year from the college, right? First year. Excellent. Okay. Have you all done any kind of part-time jobs or anything? Any of you? Nice. Very good. So the trends are changing. Good. I never had an opportunity to do that. My parents would not allow. We were a little more conservative. Any of you who's never sold anything in life? Could you raise your hand? Anybody who's not sold anything in life? Couple of hands. All right. Well, my next slide is very important, all right? It will probably, the people who said that they've not sold anything in life, it will give you a different perspective, okay? Who is not selling? Okay, now I'm quoting Mr. Shiv Khera here. A candidate at a job interview, is he selling or he is not selling? Thank you. A boy and a girl proposing to get married. A politician, hello, a politician making speeches to get votes. Why is it so low, guys? This is not a yoga session by Baba Ramdev. This is a marketing session. Come on. A politician making speeches to get votes. Better. A lawyer arguing his client's case. A mummy telling his baby, beta doodh pee lo. These are the good effects of having milk. What is that? So can you put yourself in these positions or these kind of things that you've gone through in life? So would you call yourself, you have come across that you have sold something now? Especially the people who raised their hands in the last question. So are you a salesperson at one time or the other in your life? All right? Or you'll come across a situation in that case. Now why am I talking about selling in a marketing summit? Okay? Because I feel that marketing is a precursor to any sales that's going to follow. Okay? That is the reason every person at one point in their life is a salesperson. Okay? Or it becomes a salesperson. Let me talk about a little labels. All right? These are the fundamentals which will set today's the entire day's flow, all right? A person who was born in 1945 to 1963 is known as a baby bloomer, all right? So a lot of grandparents, when you go back home, you tell your Dadaji, hello baby bloomer, all right? A person who was born from 1963 to 1980 was Generation X. And their characters, you know, they value responsibility and freedom, okay? Generation X also, I'm going to stress on the part freedom, okay? They also moved careers a lot, they switched jobs a lot, and also that generation has the highest divorce rate. Good or bad is not for me to comment, but that is what the characteristic of that generation has been. And of course, we always liked the movie X-Men. Well, coming to Generation Y, these are the people who were born from 1981 to 1994. These are the internet addicted and lonely people. All right? They are the guys you see who are with their iPods throughout. All right? And they would rather go and lock themselves in a room, play on their smartphones, than go and interact with the neighbors. Okay? And also, on a lighter tone, these are the people whom, whenever you say, beta, wear a long skirt, why? Better wear a sweater, why? So probably that is the reason they're called Generation Y. Okay? And these are the people where as Anurag and Jesse also mentioned, that the maximum population, not only in India, but even in US and prominent parts of the world, is Generation Y. All right? Generation Z are the people who were born from 1995 to 2000. They're very, very technology focused. All right? The moment they get up in the morning, either they are looking for a remote or the phone before they go to do the loos as well. All right? कि कोई update तो नहीं आया है Facebook पे, या कोई comment तो नहीं आया है. So that's Generation Z. And finally, the toddlers today is Generation Alpha, who were born 2010 onwards. These guys are already labeled materialistic. All right? That you please, beta, finish your meal and I'll give you a chocolate. All right? That is how the trade is happening at today's homes. Generation Z and Generation Alpha we're not going to talk about today. Okay? But let me tell you that these are the influencers in today's marketing. Okay? They influence a lot of sales which is happening, and today companies are focusing on what these people are going to grow up to be and how things are going to change for the future. Today's session is all about Generation Y, and I think all of you are in Generation Y. All right? Let me explain the social media landscape. All right? What do you do in social media? Social media is all about Google+, Twitter, Facebook, and what say you? I mean, my eminent panelists here are better off. I think they will address the subject. But what does Generation Y do today? They publish. I am at Indira Gandhi International Airport. I am at PhD chamber. I did that incidentally also. Okay? They like to share. Initially, there were times when we were younger and we used to go to a photo studio or something like that, but your passport size photograph khench do. Today it's all about, yaar meri photo kaise Facebook pe dalna hai. All right? So they like to post, they like to share. Okay? They like to network. On my LinkedIn profile, I get approximately 5 to 6 invites from people who are studying in colleges, who are doing MBAs or who are doing their engineering and etc. Which is very good, because not only probably they think that I would be able to help them later on in life, but I feel the other way around. I get to learn a lot from these young minds. So it's good that people like to network today. And it's not only Facebook or LinkedIn. They genuinely like to meet up, but on the computer, not physically. You might not shake hands so much, but you will do 100 likes a day probably. All right? A lot of discussing. You share a lot of, Generation Y shares a lot of experience. I went to this restaurant, click, 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 post a review and photograph from Zomato. Okay? Lot of sharing. I want to buy a hard drive or a pen drive or a particular phone. I don't ask my parents, even if they are financing it. I am going to go online and check out reviews. A lot of discussion happens. There is a chef, because I'm from the food industry, okay? There is a chef who hosts a show called Urban Tadka, Chef Sodi. I don't know how many of you have heard of him, okay? What he did, in his garage, he made a studio kitchen, okay? And trust me, the oven was painted because he didn't have the money. So there was a wall and he painted an oven there. He did not have money, he didn't have funding. He was out of a job. He said, let me do a nice kitchen show. And with his video camera, he shot basic food that people liked. And he started posting it on YouTube. And he got so many hits, so many likes, okay, that YouTube has started paying him an amazing amount of sum per month. Of course, then TV and all those shows happen. But people are making money out of social media. That is new today. Okay, and that is probably the future. Okay. What is the youth attitude today? And I'm again stressing the fact that I'm only talking about Generation Y. Okay. However, Generation X is also young at heart. Okay. 51% of Gen Y feels that there is a lot of fake versions. I don't know how many of us, especially this question is for Generation X. Do you all remember Yahoo Chat? Okay? How many, do you remember Yahoo Chat? All right? God knows who I was speaking to or who I was chatting to. I have no idea. Okay? There is a lot of fake that happens. Gen Y feels that, and I also endorse it. Too much of sharing, 64% feel that people share a lot of information on social media. It is so much so that your social life is practically visible to anybody and everybody on the net. They know when were you born, who are you married to, who are you seeing, are you single or married, where do you keep going, what is your route to your college or when you come back home. Every data is available. Ladies and gentlemen, that's point to ponder. Is it safe? Are you being responsible? Okay? You are young, you are energetic, but are you responsible? This is something that you have to think about yourself. Okay? 47% claim they rely on social media for information on their friends. Lastly, a very high percentage, 78%, claim that they use social media very often or all the time, which is literally you're always on. Or if I have to quote a particular Bollywood song, Punjabiyon di battery always on rendi hai. All right? So that is the youth culture or the youth attitude today. Some more figures I want to throw on your face here, which is very interesting. I was not aware of it till the time I started researching a little bit on the subject. We all buy things, but do we buy things that we have not heard about? Brands that we are not familiar with. Okay? Generation Y, also known as the millennial, 89% of people purchase brands that they haven't heard of before. 89%. Okay? So whoever wants to become an entrepreneur today, okay, and you know who your clientele is, don't be scared to launch a new product. I think I'm endorsing what Anurag and Jesse had said, all right? Because if the social media is talking about you, you are sure to sell your product. Gen X, little more conservative, 72%, and 61% is baby boomers. Now, amongst all these, if I take an average, 62% of online sales is being done by ladies. Well, after I got this information, and thereafter I was coming to work, I took the Tata photo and put it in my pocket. I don't want my wife to be on the net and shopping when I'm at work. All right? So these are figures which are astronomical, and they're amazing from a sales perspective or a marketing perspective. Okay? Please remember, whenever you become an entrepreneur, the ladies are very important. Okay? Some facts on Gen Y. 43% own smartphones. Okay, I don't know. How many of you guys have smartphones here? Wow, this is much more than 43% for sure. 16% own tablets. How many of you own tablets? Okay, percentage goes down, but yes. Okay, let me put it. How many plan to buy tablets in the near future? Okay, better hands. All right. And I'm not promoting tablets, by the way. 81% are active on Facebook. Okay, I am sure you guys relate to it. And this is, I think, Generation X is also catching up because guys like me, gray hair, paunch, going bald, are also catching up with Facebook, all right? It's good to see old friends, schoolmates on Facebook. But Generation Y beats everyone, and 81% is on Facebook. 43% say shopping makes them happy. You know, I made a comment some time back that Generation Y is lonely. Probably lonely is a little harsh word. I would say they are contented when they are alone because they are on their smartphone or their tablet and they're doing something. They are fidgeting. Okay? So, or maybe they are shopping. The past two slides that I showed. So they actually say 43% say shopping makes them happy. I don't know who's paying for it, but at least Gen Y is happy shopping. So that's good. 72% shop via digital catalog. All right. The world is changing very fast. I was in Korea some time back, and I happened to see a place on their metro, the subway station. You come out of the train, and there are these walls, you know, and those walls are made of TV screens, LEDs, basically. So you put an iPad, a huge iPad, and you make that a wall. You touch that wall, and these are all shopping catalogs. From your groceries, your milk, your daily necessities, including phones, electronics, everything is there. So all you got to do is you keep punching and show your social security number. Everything gets debited, and you give a time and date. By the time you reach home, or maybe next day, whenever you're given the time and date, your stuff reaches home. Can you beat that? What will happen to Ambience Mall and what will happen to DLF if that comes to India? All right? So that is where the world is going. It's all about touch and feel. So 72% shop via digital catalog. Okay, I'm a food guy, so here I'm comparing the generation which is next to, previous to me and Generation Y. Regularly consume certified organic foods. All right? Now, baby bloomers, they would be very happy to just have a lassi and a chai. But the Generation Y, they want to have either a Diet Coke or a green tea. Okay? They want to go organic. They understand what brands are. They value brands. They'll not just go to any shop and say that, give me a pair of shoes. They'll say, I want a Nike. I want Hush Puppies. Very brand conscious, or rather let me say very brand aware. Make decisions based on how much packaging is used. The baby bloomers, okay, they would be very happy with a vada pav or a papdi chaat on the highway. But Gen Y would want a nice KFC or a Maharaja Mac because it's very well packaged. They want to see the brand. They want to see how things are packaged. Packaging is an integral part of marketing. Comments on communal dining experience. Baby bloomers, they would like to go and celebrate in a nice restaurant, okay, with the family, cozy, not to be disturbed, okay. Have a nice time there over dinner. It's all about experience. Well, it's all about experience to Gen Y also, but a very high 55%, they like food courts. And why do they like food courts? Because they feel it's a hangout, there is more branded options, and they can have a lot of fun with their friends. Okay? So it's all about hanging out and doing something. Comfortable with digital menus. Okay, there are restaurants like Cuisinos, there are portals like Zomato and Eat In and Burp. With the Gen Y is very, very comfortable. I want to have Chinese today, whether it's takeaway or whether I want to go to a restaurant, I first check it out on Zomato. I even go to the extent of reading reviews. I don't want to take my girlfriend to a place where it's not too good. And I even go through the menu that what am I going to order. Now maybe you're looking at the right hand side of the menu, which is, you know what your kind of budget is, or you're looking at the left hand, is completely up to you. But yes, you do have a look. Whereas the baby bloomers or even Generation X was more comfortable with a hard copy. I want to know what it is. Gen Y, very important again, especially coming from the food industry. They want to look at the dish, how it looks like. So whether you see the KFCs of the world or the McDonald's, they have pictures on their menu boards, which is a very good marketing tool because you know what you're going to order and you know what you're going to get. Feel food brands are important. Gen Y feels 48%, whereas 61% in baby bloomers. Now here the trend changes a little bit. Why? Like I said, baby bloomers, when they want to celebrate, they would take their family and close friends to a Bukhara. But to Gen Y, when I've got a distinction or I achieved something in life, okay, I want to hang out with my friends. I go to the food court. Okay, I go to Cyber Hub because that is what is happening. I want to be seen there and I want to post on Facebook. Hey, I was at Cyber Hub. Even if I didn't spend a single money, that doesn't count. But I was at Cyber Hub, guys. All right, and I have 100 likes. All right. Purchase from traditional grocers. Again, baby bloomers is 50%. So the mom and pop stores was what the baby bloomers reckon with, whereas only 41% say that they are comfortable with the mom and pop stores. We are more into the Le Marche, okay, or the modern bazaars. Okay, we want to be seen there. We want to be associated with those kind of products or facilities and brands. A little about marketing on social media, how the generations, what the attitude was or how the generation actually react. Okay, let's say we get these pop-ups on Facebook. You know, most of us, I mean, I hope most of us are on Facebook. All right, you understand Facebook, right? So when there is a pop-up on Facebook or on Zomato or LinkedIn or something like that, there are a whole lot of ads which do come. And of course, you can block them if you want. You can always send them a mail. But most of us don't know that, so you are there. The Generation X feels that it's an interruption because he's very serious about his work. Okay? Remember the character that I told you when we did the first slide? But the Generation Y, they feel that that particular ad has something to offer. It's an engagement. All right? It's a contact point. The Generation X would react, okay? Would be negative. But Generation Y would interact. They would probably click there and see what it is all about. Though heavy users of the Facebook and the internet, the Generation X, but they don't want to get disturbed. However, if Generation Y, when they open their Facebook and suddenly they realize that all the ads have gone, there would be a void. They would feel that there is no engaged participation. Okay, something is missing in life. Okay? If by chance Generation X clicks on these ads or these marketing gimmicks, and they are contacted back, they will be big promise. हाँ जी जरूर आप तो best हैं, मैं जरूर आपको contact करूँगा, and then finished, block it. Okay, the emailer is blocked or whatever. But the Gen Y feels the opposite. They feel very important. They feel like it's a personal gesture that the marketer has done by sending a link or putting something on the Facebook, whether it's in the Aam Aadmi Party ads that come up or anything else. The Gen X is a passive consumer, whereas Gen X is actively co-creating more business for the world. All right? Lastly, something very, very interesting. I'll try and increase the slide. Oh, okay, let me just read it out. Very, very important facts that I thought I should share with you. Generation Y, 90% own personal computers, and 45% have internet on their mobiles, which is alarmingly high, or rather pleasantly, I would say that it's a good thing. All right? 4 out of 5 daily activities for Generation Y involve technology. Imagine 4 out of 5. Okay? 9 on 10 are on personal electronic device. 9 on 10, that's 90% of people are on personal electronic device. Well, auto purchases, I was not aware of that when families buy cars, 50% of the decision is influenced by Generation Y. Amazing. And 90% of the apparel sale is influenced by Generation Y. I think you guys are absolutely rocking. Gen Y is also responsible for 21% of all the apparel sales that happen on the net. Here, I would like to quote a friend of mine who owns a .com called pepperfry.com. He started about 2 years back. I'm not sure how many of you know that. And I happened to meet him at the e-retail congress last year. His company was only 11 months. And in that 11 months, he had achieved 100 crores of revenue. Can you imagine 100 crores of revenue in only 11 months, not even a year? And 60% of that sale, and it's an online portal like Jabang or Jabong and eBay and things like that. 60% of Pepperfry's sale, that is 60 lakhs, 60 crores, was apparel. Okay, and 21% of the apparel sale is influenced by Gen Y. More than 50% of Gen Y shares information with friends. Gen Y prefers a relationship with sellers. For example, if you have purchased anything from eBay or a Flipkart, you will keep the breakup on social media of Gen Y. Most important is you guys are trendsetters, you guys are critiques, okay? Which means you give feedback, which is very important for marketers, salespeople, even production guys, entrepreneurs, and other people to understand what we are dealing with. It is really, really serious business to take Gen Y very, very seriously. But that is what the future is. You guys are the future. All right. I am on the end of my this thing. So any questions, let's socially discuss. All right. Before I introduce my next on panel, any questions that you would have? Anybody? Yeah. Please. Right.
We have 72% of the youth population staying in the rural area where social media is not prevalent.
Correct.
So how justified it is to target youth through social media campaign? I'm Sumit from BIMTech first year.
Okay, Sumit, a very, very an amazing question actually. Probably somebody in the panel is on a better position to answer, but let me try and justify. Okay, please, sir. We are not saying, okay, that what is your geography today, or we are not saying what is your capability or where do you stand in the social hierarchy. Okay, but what we are saying is Gen Y is very important, that is one. Secondly, social media is catching up. Okay? Just to give you a perspective, 10 years ago, all right, your housemate did not have a mobile phone, your driver did not have a mobile phone, but today they have. So it's only a matter of time that the people in the so-called rural area, all right, would be connected. Okay, there was a time when there was no connectivity as far as telephones concerned, but STD booths happened. Okay, today there are internet parlors most of the places. All right, so we cannot ignore the fact that that's a very important part of the population which has to be taken care of or taken into account. That is what I would like to say to you. I don't know how justified it is, but that is what comes to mind. One more, okay, tell me. Sorry.
No, sir. I mean to say, when we are trying to compare Generation X and Generation Y,
Yeah.
and we are trying to assume, yes, seems to be the future.
Right.
That if we go this way, this can bring in the profits and this can be a big success. But at the same time, we see Generation Y, we have something which are greatly influenced by something called fad and trends. So marketers will not respond to something called fad. They will definitely wait for the trend. By the time the trend comes in and we target these youths, the rural segment of our country, there will be something new that will be coming up. So how sustainable it will be if we actually target such sector through the social media campaign?
We don't wait for the trends to come in. Generation Y is the trend setter. Like Jesse was mentioning, okay, there are a lot of analysis that is being done on social media where actually the portals get to know 5 minutes about what you're going to buy. All right? So it's all about science and analysis that the marketers today rely on than going back by gut feel saying that this is going to work. Like I said, Gen Y is the trend setter, 34% is the trend setter. So the marketers don't wait. They make sure that the trend happens through Gen Y. And it is happening. Now coming to your rural section, I again emphasize on the point that is, especially in India, we probably haven't reached that far, but the trend is catching up that you just can't ignore Gen Y whether he is in the rural area or in the urban area. And that is why today, probably is the right time to say when a lot of, not naming a political party, but most of the political parties are aiming for the youth. They are trying to connect with the youth. Maybe not, of course using social media, but every possible channel. Okay? Because everyone understands today that where is the booty? Where is your client lying? And this is the client, Generation Y is the client which is absolutely long term. Alright? Okay, lack of time. Let me introduce to you, thank you for the question, it was really, really very nice. Miss Mehak Suri. Mehak is a very, very young entrepreneur who founded a company called Red Whale, and she does social media marketing for a lot of brands, including mine. What is different about her company is she tries to emotionally connect with the buyer and the brand. So she actually bridges the gap, and which she does very effectively because I have worked with her very closely. She does that very, very well. And Mehak has acquired a bachelor's in technology in 2012 and has worked as a software engineer in NIT. And then she realized, let me do something of my own. Let me bridge that gap and do the world a good. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me allow Ms. Mehak Suri to take the podium.